If you watch Bojack Horseman, you already know about the comparison the show sets up. On one side, we got Bojack, the depressed, complex has-been who's constantly obsessed over his flaws and his self-destructive tendencies. On the other side is Mr. Peanutbutter, the cheerful, shallow sitcom star who seems to be too positive and naive to really question himself. At first glance, they look like they're complete opposites. One is miserable and painfully self-aware, while the other is endlessly happy and carefree. But the deeper you go into the show, the harder that contrasts hold up. When you actually look at how they behave, Bojack and Mr. Peanutbutter are far from being opposites. They are two different people dealing with the same insecurity in two completely different ways. In season 1, episode 11, during his hallucinations, he says,
"Just want everyone to love me, but I don't know how to make them do it."
Bojack says this a lot, and it shows he just wants to hear what he wants and not put the work in. When he's under influence, his eternal belief system is exposed, showing he does this out of self-sabotage and self-loathing. I feel like Bojack doesn't say what he wants due to his childhood trauma. He would try to confess his feelings to his emotionally immature parents. Unfortunately, they would deflect him, making him feel worthless.
That is a perfectly good cigarette, and you are going to finish it.
But I don't want...
And I don't want to be the mother of a quitter. Finish it. Jesus Christ, you can't even smoke a cigarette right.
Are you punishing me for smoking or for stealing?
I'm punishing you for being alive.
You would think Miss Peanutbutter is the complete opposite. He does have a wife and seems confident all the time. Fortunately, Miss Peanutbutter is not as oblivious as Bojack thought he was all this time.
Hey there!
That's all right.
I'm gonna get that handshake.
No, you're not.
He notices how Bojack brushes him off. He still doesn't give up trying to be his friend.
I ever wanted was to be your friend, and you treat me like a big joke. You think I don't notice? Why don't you like me?
Not only do they share this one aspect, Bojack feels like Mr. Peanutbutter has it easy, and Mr. Peanutbutter feels the same about Bojack having it easy. Both avoiding something and also run the same program. Bojack seems to destroy his bonds with the people who care about him the most. This is likely due to his fear of being vulnerable, and Miss Peanutbutter is willing to put any conflict aside to get love and happiness. If they both run the same program, why did they self-sabotage their path of growth? Let's check out season 1, episode 6. This is actually deeper than the handshake. During this episode, they both have a competition for Diane's love and approval. Bojack feels like Diane knows him because he did tell her everything about him. Not only did they have a competition at dinner, Bojack drinks till he blacks out, steals a D off the Hollywood sign and left it in his pool. Miss Peanutbutter helped Bojack get rid of the D and tells Bojack not to pursue her romantically. Ironically, Miss Peanutbutter takes the blame, turns into a grand gesture.
Just tell us why'd you do it?
Oh, I'll tell you why. I did it all for my girlfriend, Diane.
Diane has told him many times that she doesn't like big surprises like this. Not only he was thinking for himself, he also did it so people could love him.
And do you love anything or anyone?
I gotta go. We'll talk about it later.
Miss Peanutbutter Diane returns home, tells her there's no surprise or big cameras, and pros to her. When she says yes, he yells out,
We hear that? She said yes! Erica, did you hear she said yes?
This is a manipulation tactic Miss Peanutbutter did for his own needs, and she feels sad about how Miss Peanutbutter's listens to her and neglects her needs. She returns Bojack's call, tells him she's engaged, and Bojack's not found to hear this. Due to his secret feelings for Diane, he tells her to delete the voicemail and said it wasn't important to proceed into the cycle of self-destruction.
Well, nobody knows me like you.
This shows when he feels at something, he escapes through substance and alcohol. Seems like he wanted to confess his feelings to Diane at some point and ended up bottling it up. Miss Peanutbutter also shares his trait. Remember that time he was running for governor and not opposing the fracking? Miss Peanutbutter, as we know, he says yes to everything. During these events, he usually has fights with Diane in public because in a way he's suppressing his anger. And when they're private at home, they use sex to relieve it instead of talking it out. When Herb and Bojack got into a fight, Herb tells him he's a coward and all he does is take away from people and cares about himself. And Bojack, feeling bad about everything that happened, pulls over. Diane leaves the car to see if he's okay, and Bojack ends up kissing her. This brief scene shows that he sabotaged everyone who gets close to him. When Miss Peanutbutter was in his rebound relationship with Pickles and slept with Diane during the Filbert premiere, he cancels his dinner date with Pickles so he wouldn't face her after the affair. And that's why I say they both run the same program in different methods. Miss Peanutbutter doesn't want Pickles to know about his mistake. He bottles up the secret eventually until it does blow up, similar to Bojack kissing Diane. And Bojack believes it's okay to hide all the bad things because he thinks he's protecting somebody. What is the root of all their problems? Miss Peanutbutter says his line that reflects both of them on the show.
We're not so different, you and I. In fact, in many ways, you might even say we're the same.
During a deep conversation at the game show, Miss Peanutbutter shows how much he doesn't give up when he wants to make somebody their friend. Bojack tells her how much he's jealous and envies him. Bojack feels like Miss Peanutbutter has it easy, and Bojack also states that he wants to feel good about himself like Miss Peanutbutter does. Bojack begins his rehab trying to change himself, and we also see Miss Peanutbutter repeat the same pattern as also being secretive throughout the show. Bojack does say very often he doesn't know how to help himself. Even after the death of Sarah Lynn, he says he's gonna change and ends up drinking again. Bojack checks himself into a rehab. It begins to seem like he's finally starting to take accountability for his actions by getting help. Miss Peanutbutter decides to go visit Bojack. During this visit with Bojack in rehab, in the circle, people are sharing their sorrows, and Miss Peanutbutter is directing his guilt and not using the time to actually consider self-work. He's in an environment where people are taking accountability while he's projecting it onto others. Bojack notices he's talking about himself, and he gives advice saying,
Look, I don't know what's going on with you, although I'm pretty sure either you or Doug cheated on Pickles, but I understand that feeling of needing to bottle up your guilt, not burden other people with it.
Yeah?
You think you're protecting them from your toxicity. You convince yourself that you're being selfless, but it comes out in other ways, and it infects everything.
This near-death experience shows ultimate confrontation. Secretariat/Butterscotch shows him that he's drowning in a pool right now. He's trying to figure out how to wake up because you can tell he doesn't want to die after everything that's happened. Bojack is found unconscious by the new family who bought his house and gets saved. Bojack wakes up handcuffed in the hospital. He was sent to Max prison and months go by and Miss Peanutbutter decides to pick him up. You can tell Bojack still isn't very fond of Mr. Peanutbutter.
Of being a super cool dude, am I right? I sentence you to life, filled with my friendship.
It seems Miss Peanutbutter still considered Bojack a friend, and he uses positivity to mask the tragic flaws of others. Bojack didn't want to mess up this weekend, and Miss Peanutbutter catches up with him and asks him about his plans when he released. While they drive to the wedding, Mr. Peanutbutter does come to the realization it's the women, not him, and he's focused on working on Birthday Dad, and pretty much. Miss Peanutbutter is the same at his core, but you can also see the realization that he needs to work on himself, and Bojack wants the same thing. There's a subtle moment where he sees Honeydew, and you know he hates it, and then he tries it again after so long and says,
Huh, not bad.
It's subtle, and it shows nothing's wrong with trying new things. After the dance, he goes on the roof because he knew Diane would be up there. Bojack asks if she's okay, and she says yes. Bojack and Diane have a bit of bickering, and he tells her that he misses her. She says she wishes she had her phone so she could play the voicemail he sent before he drowned in the pool. She told him,
You were happy on the voicemail. You sounded happy. Or lightly sardonic, or glibly nihilistic, or however you describe that thing you get that's the closest to the emotion normal people call happy.
I'm sorry.
You can tell she's genuinely concerned and also upset about what he said. This also upsets Diane because she presumed Bojack was dead. Bojack was intoxicated and using guilt to grab Diane's attention and ended up actually doing the thing he's been attempting. Suicide. Bojack said he just wanted to talk, and they are both relieved he's alive. This is the first time Bojack's ever felt like this in a long time. I believe Bojack finally accepts uncertainty, even though his core is basically the same, and the same goes with Mr. Peanutbutter. The show Bojack starred in is called Horsing Around. If you look up Quit Horsing Around, it means play, act silly, and goof off. And Miss Peanutbutter's show basically followed the same concept, just reskinned. And thanks for watching my video, I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe for more.